a brother to all of us, a big brother to me. And thank you, Danny, for introducing me to Peter. He changed my life. He taught me a lot of wisdom. Peter had many gifts. He had a lot of gifts. He had so many gifts. One gift that I kind of, I relate to him in a lot of different ways, but one gift was he always had, he had the ability to understand what you're going through. He had the ability to understand what you're going through. Right? And even a stranger, he'll give the patience to understand what the stranger's going through. I used to watch him and say, what are you doing? We gotta go on to the rest of it. And, he's the type of guy that we were going to a nightclub. I think I was with Donnie. We were going to upstairs in the penthouse on Riverton, and a girl broke her heel. A stranger. She broke her heel. And she was like, I don't know, she was distressed. And he shows up. He said, I can fix that. I got it, hold on a second. But he couldn't put it back together. So he broke the other heel and said, you'll be okay now. I gotta wash my hands. Fucking Peter, excuse me. He's the best. And he did have patience. And also, he had patience and didn't have patience. You know what I'm saying? But when he had patience, man, he got you. He got you. You were in trouble. He was there for you. I remember we went to your wedding, Zach. You know what I'm saying? And MQ didn't have a suit on. He's like, we gotta go get him a suit. Right? So MQ goes, no, I got this. He was caring. He always looked out for everybody, strangers. You know what? He never had anything bad to say about anybody. He kept it to himself. He might have given you a little hint like, but he never spoke bad about anybody. I can't remember anything bad said about him, about anybody.
Love you, Richie.
He was our ace. Peter Greene's our ace. We love you, Peter. Thank you. Good job. Federico. By the way, he spoke so much about you, bro. He told me like the history, and you guys had special friendship. Here you go, Federico. Thank you.
Very good where to start because, like Richie said, Peter was everyone's friend. He was his best friend. These past couple of days have been kind of, my mind was kind of all over the place because there were so many stories. So many stories with Peter. Things that you would just die laughing over, like some of the things that Richie just said. I remember there was a film that Yvonne, my wife, produced in Germany called The Child. And he was so excited because there was an actor on there that he was really looking forward to working with. I'm not going to mention his name, Eric Roberts. So Eric, he called. I'd get a call like at 2:30 in the morning. I see it's from Germany. I was like, must have had another phone. I answer it. I thought it was Yvonne. And he goes, Federico. And I said, hey Peter, what's going on, man? How's the film going? He's like, listen to me, man. He goes, I just met Eric Roberts. That guy's a fucking dick. I said, really? What happened? He goes, no, man, I was just trying to say hello to him, and I went over to him, he fucking shut the door on me, and he gave me the finger. I'm like, what? This is crazy, man. Anyway, it was just, Yeah, it was just a crazy moment, but you know, it just, anyway, I wrote a few things down. I just really wanted to let people know how I met Peter and how long ago I met him. I just want to thank everybody for being here, first of all, and you know, braving the weather, to remember and honor the extraordinary life of my friend and brother, Peter Greene. And talented actors of our time. Honestly, that's the way I feel, and I know a lot of other people feel that way. But his prowess as an actor was only dwarfed by his huge heart, his humility, and his selfless nature. I mean, every time we spoke, he always talked about how much he loved his family. You know, when John was sick, he called me up and said, "Federico, please do me a favor, man. Pray for my brother. Pray for him." I said, "You think, bro, that you know when it comes to you and your family, yeah, pray for him." You know, he always talked about Hank, but I know that he renamed him, all right? I just his real name was Komodo, but I know his name, all right? All right, guys? At least we mentioned Komodo. But he loved that dog. There was nothing that he didn't. He even sent me a message one time for my birthday. It was a video message. "How much do you love Federico? How much do you love Federico?" And he's like, it was the most hilarious thing, but it was the most endearing thing. And I'll never forget that moment, seeing that video. I first met Peter back in the early 90s, in Charlie Lawton's class. A lot of people don't know who Charlie Lawton was, but he was a great teacher from the Actors Studio. He was a mentor to Al Pacino. You know, Peter studied with Charlie a few years before me, and one year, Peter showed up at the Christmas party. And so I was excited to see him. I mean, like, that guy, as soon as he walked into a room, I mean, he filled the room. He's like, you just like, holy crow, man, this guy's a fucking star. And, you know, he definitely had a presence when you see him in a room. I mean, anybody can tell you that. But he did look a bit, you know, intimidating. And as an actor who was just starting off in the career, you know, in my career, I was doing a few things here and there, some theater. I was studying with Charlie, you know. I was impressed, and I just had recently seen him in a film called Laws of Gravity. It's a Nick Gomez film. He was so good in it, man. I went over to him. I just couldn't wait to tell him how good he is. And you know, as actors, that's one of the things that you know that you feel recognized and you feel good about is when another actor recognizes your work, because it's an extension of your art. I was actually really surprised on how humble he was, and you know, kind of just like a regular guy. You know, it was like, wow, man, this dude is like a fucking cool guy. You know, despite his that tough exterior, you know, he's just a gentle, very humble guy. I started working professionally right around that time, and our paths, you know, never crossed again until 2001. So we're talking about 92, 2001. It was okay. So I met him in 2001 in Los Angeles. It was in a club. It was like a bar club. You know, a friend of mine and I, you know, were riding motorcycles, and you know, just said, okay, there's a nice place. Let's stop in there for a drink. So we go in there. The place was loud, really intensely like packed, And all of a sudden, I look in the far corner, someone's standing in the far corner by the bar, and I see the guy doing this. And I said, he said to my friend Tiago, I go, hey man, I said, I think that's Peter Greene over there. It looks like Peter Greene. He goes, yeah, it is Peter Greene. All of a sudden, he starts like waving through the crowd, making his way towards me. And you know, for a split second there, I'm thinking, wow, he remembered me from Charlie Love's Christmas party, you know? But he came over to me and he said, man, he goes, bro, this is exactly his words, bro, I fucking love your work on Soprano. I mean, you're doing a great fucking job. It's like all of a sudden, I'm like, what? They said, Peter, thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. I love your work too. But we actually met. He goes, we did? I go, yeah. It was back in Charlie Lawton's class. You were in Charlie Lawton's class? I love Charlie. I go, yeah, we met many years ago. You know, we became fast friends right after that. I mean, we kept in touch. We really respected each other. We respected each other as friends and as fellow actors. You know, a lot of time went on between the time, you know, that 10-year span, and I was cheering him on as a fan, watching his star rise, you know, giving memorable performances like in films like Clean Shaven, Pulp Fiction, The Mask, The Usual Suspects, Training Day, and so many more films. I was just so happy for this guy. And I didn't even know him in between that 10-year span, you know? But I was happy for him for some reason. I guess because he was truthful, and he gave truthful performances. Let's see, I'm losing my place here because it's getting very emotional for me as well. So, needless to say, like we became, you know, friends, like as I mentioned. You know, Peter was actually an inspiration for me, and I looked up to him as a peer. And you know, I always thought he was older. I always thought I was older than him. And for years, I mean, like I'm looking at him like at my little brother, you know, it's like, and the fucking guy is like 5 years older than me. Unbelievable, man. But you know what? I love the guy. There's no. So, you know, let's see. Well, listen, he was an inspiration to me, as I said, and he was an actor's actor. He prioritized discipline over fame. He was a rare example of an actor who remained true to the classical principles of our craft. He respected the rehearsal process and the journey of finding the truth. Hence, his performances were real, visceral, and full of raw emotion. When Peter was on screen, you couldn't take your eyes off of him. The camera loved him. His fans loved him. And I love him. And I will never forget him. Thank you.
Next speaker is Saul Sky, Peter Loveless guy. I've been friends ever since the Loveless crowd.
first met Peter Greene on the first day of rehearsal for Loss of Gravity over 35 years ago. And I knew the moment he opened his mouth and said his first word, his first line, that this guy had greatness. Actors know. They know when you're working with someone special. And they say when you work with a great actor, that great actor can make you great. Peter, for years, looked at me with compliments, praise, saying I should be working more, blah, blah, blah. And I always felt that that was a projection of Peter, because Peter was the brilliant one. And Peter had that greatness, and I always felt, although I never said it, that I was riding on his coattails. Because everything I did in Laws of Gravity, Peter sort of created that. The way he revered me, respected me, loved me, treated me like a big brother, gave me my character. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to be in the scene with Peter. So it was Peter's choices that created that, not mine. I would say 90 to 95% of my work over the years can be connected to Loss of Gravity. Whether it be a casting director who saw it, a producer, a director, or someone who told someone to watch it. All of it came from that film. And that film, although written and directed by the brilliant Nick Gomez, that film sat on the shoulders of Peter Greene. There was no Laws of Gravity without Peter Greene. So you don't have to be brilliant to connect the dots or do the math. That man had an incalculable effect on my life and the direction of it. We're living in crazy times. We've got pandemics, we've got wars, we've got inflation, we've got facts turning upside down. No one knows which way we're headed these days. And it's making us, I think, a lot of us question our own ambitions, our own identities, our own choices, perhaps our own missions. And I would say that some of our most important missions are the ones unbeknownst to ourselves, the ones invisible to ourselves. A hug to a friend, a phone call at the right time, a buck to a homeless person, a rescuing of a dog, whatever it is. Those are missions, and those things really matter. And as far as me and Peter are concerned, Peter completed his mission with me. Sorry. I remember one time we were in my car on Sunset Boulevard. We both living in LA at the time. And Peter had done something ridiculous, something stupid. I'm sure we're all gonna have a lot of those stories. And you know, a lot of times throughout our journey, I wouldn't speak to him for a time. We were pissed at each other, or 6 months could go by a year, but we would always come back to each other and be best of friends and love each other again like it never happened. And that particular night, I threw Peter out of my car on Sunset Boulevard and slammed the door and said, "I never want to see you again, get the hell out of here," blah, blah, blah. And off he went running down Sunset Boulevard into the night. I didn't know where he went. And I had a call about 2 hours later on my voicemail that was Peter. And he said, "Did I give you some love? Did I at least give you some love?" And I can honestly say, Peter, that in the 35 years I've known you, you never gave me nothing but love. And if I loved you, you back every day for the rest of my days, I could never return what you gave to me.
Rusty is
Easy.
getting after.
Easy. Danny.
Danny, I know.
Danny, come up, Danny. Say something, Danny.
Danny, and Lord Easy. Hold on.
Happy holidays. Peter Greene, everyone, was a brother to me. I met him a long time ago, 2001, 2000. I brought him to the New York hardcore scene. The dude, it was like a saint, you know, like a crooked saint, but a saint. I had so much love, so much, like he didn't care who you were, what you did. If you were with him, he showed you love and he gave you his heart. And I can't really say that much. All I know is that Peter was a beautiful person, a talented actor, would give a shirt off his shoulder, his body to you. He would hang out with you. If you did something wrong, he would make you feel better. Even if like, hey, yo, Peter, I stabbed the guy 3 times, he'd be like, oh, it's all right, well, screw it, try to say 3 of them as, I like a candle. Right? But Peter Greene was an amazing person. Everyone here knows he had a beautiful heart, and he loved his family, he loved everyone, and he was a great actor. I mean, I met so many people who I met one time, a quick story, I met Mickey Rourke, and Mickey Rourke was hanging out with me, and Peter went to the bathroom, and Mickey Rourke was like, yo, that guy is amazing, but he has demons. I was like, damn, Mickey Rourke said that? That's fucked up. Trying to say this world, Peter was put on this world to make us happy, loved, and he touched all our hearts. And that's all I have to say. Like, I'm not gonna say anything else. I love the fact when the scam, the last time Peter scam were together, he was yelling at scam. I couldn't stop laughing. He gave me a blanket for my son who was born 5 months ago. He gave me a blanket, and he was yelling at scam. But I'll tell you right now, Peter Greene is looking right now, and he's happy that we're all here together, and we're showing the love, and I'm going to miss him.
Yeah, me too.
There's never going to be another Peter Greene. And God bless him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. John, I love you, though.
Katie, Peter's niece, is going to say a few words. Katie, did you prepare it? Katie's
Okay. So, before I read yours, I'm going to comment on it because if I read yours, I won't be able to compose myself. So we're all telling really nice stories here, so I'll tell my favorite Peter story, or as I like to call it, how I learned how to make a shiv at the age of 13.